Hi there, my name is Susan Horvath. My father was murdered by a registered nurse named Elizabeth May Wettlaufer, August 30th, 2014. Within the last 5 years that have passed by, or actually, 6 years that have passed by, for the first 2 years after that incident, and I was informed in 2016, I retained a lawyer, a very highly recommended lawyer in the city of London, Ontario, who basically stalled my entire case deliberately for about 2 years. At which point, I have now lost my home, lost my business of 30 years, living in a very interesting situation. My mother is failing, I'm failing with my health, and I'm being used as a pawn with the Ontario lawyers. I have talked to so many lawyers, you wouldn't believe it. I have been recommended by so many lawyers, you wouldn't believe it. I actually called, I believe it was the CEO or president of the Law Society. She has still not returned my call. That was 6 months ago. My case regarding the murder of my father and many seniors in an Ontario nursing home is a very highly political case. They do not want this case to move forward, obviously. I have two claims, one against Elizabeth May Wettlaufer, which was registered in the courts 2017 with a jury. I also have another case, 2018, which was also registered. Apparently, one case, I think it's Elizabeth Wettlaufer, I believe, I'm not sure, has only 5 years. There's some sort of 5-year situation there that I have, and then I don't even know if I'm able to move forward on it, or possibly it's an expiry for 5 years of some kind. In any regard, my life has been hell. Nobody cares. It was very convenient for the mainstream media that they give all these stories and bad stories that are happening to people, whatever, but they never, ever finish the story, especially if it's a highly politically charged one, like my case. This Wettlaufer murder, believe it or not, is in Wikipedia as Canada's largest murder of seniors and people from a registered nurse. This was brought out and disclosed. Normally, it's still going on. There are many medical murders out there in hospitals, in nursing homes, and that is why you are seeing the mass lawsuits. That is why now they're coming forward, showing their face, who's who and what's what, because you're noticing nurses are also putting together mass lawsuits and claims against the College of Nurses, amongst hospitals, whatever they're doing. It is a cesspool of corruption and murder. There's no other word for it. I have with me, thank God, an email recently by a registered nurse who is no longer working due to the fact of what I'm telling you with all the medical murders, poisoning, abuse, experiments. There was also a lawyer in Toronto who had disclosed to me that there was experimentation going on with seniors, putting chips into their brain and remote control functioning to, if they're falling or whatever the case is. Oh, hey, there is so much we don't know other than this is very corrupt. I have been searching and trying very difficultly to find a plaintiff-sided lawyer in the province of corrupt Ontario to take my case on. And every single one of them has an excuse why they won't. They do not understand this is an unprecedented case. They do not understand this is not a car crash, slip and fall, paraplegic, 300,000 only, sorry for your loss. It is not that. And the lawyers do not want to rock the boat with the insurance companies because those are the people that feed these injury lawyers, most of them. They recommend car crashes. The minute you get a car crash or there's an injury regarding accidents, who do you think they call? They end up getting the information from the insurance company and provider, and that provider would call lawyers and let them know. This is not a joke. This is all a system that's been by design. So I'm sitting here years and years later, waiting to have a reputable, I wouldn't say honest, I would say almost trying to be somewhat honest lawyer to represent my case, which is quite a significant case because of my losses, because my punitive damages, because of my income loss from my business. I haven't worked for 5 years. I'm on a very small pension income, barely making it. My lifestyle has changed. No big deal. I'm nobody special. I just worked very hard in my life, and I had a very good lifestyle due to my brain and 2 hands working. I never received any loans or any parents helping me or friends giving me money. I've always done everything on my own. And I've had people actually talk to me, and they were kind of commending me that I am single. So I am not, how do I say, using anybody else or my partner to get by in life because of money. No, I did it all by myself, and I've lost it. And I've lost it due to a very corrupt situation, due to a very corrupt medical industry in the province of Ontario, due to government officials. I've met most of them. And yeah, they're promising the world and nothing became out of it. Nothing. The reason they met me and all the other victims that have dropped by the wayside now is because they wanted their image out on television, and that's pretty much it. A photo op, nothing else really. I remember sitting in the health minister's office, and she, who is still a health minister, promised, oh, we'll look into the nursing homes. This is what we're going to do. I remember several of these people, and the promises are nothing. They don't hold any substance whatsoever. So here I am, still awaiting a cross-examination. I've been going nonstop since about 2019, when the original lawyer I had totally, how will I say this? Well, threatened me. I have proof for everything I'm saying, so I don't have to worry. But threatened me, talked to me very vulgar, super chauvinistic, super narcissistic, and just really didn't want to go ahead with this case. He's made his money, lives his life, very good. The effort is too much. Didn't want to step on the toes of the people he's in bed with, which is the medical industry, insurance company. So basically, I had no choice but to take this case into my hands and be self-represented. Now, the defense love this kind of stuff because they move ahead, move on, because they know I'm not a lawyer. The tilted system and the corruption still continues. It will always continue unless something is going to ever be done about it, and I don't think so. Matter of fact, I think it's going to get worse. You're on your own to fight for yourself. Know your rules. Know the laws. Know the criminal laws. That's very good, because a lot of these establishments are absolutely doing criminal activity, but they're not taken down because they have too much money, and the stakeholders and the money and it's all controlled. We all know that. I don't even have to get into that. All I'm saying is that I need some help. I need a real lawyer who stands by the code of ethics. I know the system is tilted. I'm not even asking for an honest lawyer. I've bypassed that already. I'm just stating a lawyer who to some degree can stand by some form of ethics, not be in bed with the insurance companies or the medical industries or the long-term care stakeholders or any other situation or shareholders of rehabilitation centers, because there's a lot of lawyers I found out with the injury lawyers. Some of them are actually burning the candle on both ends, which again is a conflict of interest. As I said, the word corruption comes up many times. So this is what I require to stand up for the people who are getting murdered, bagged and tagged. Now we have COVID-19, which is an excellent cover-up. Excellent cover-up. I honestly, from a business standpoint, and this is going to come across wrong unless you really wrap your head around what I'm going to say. From a marketing and business standpoint, I commend this in-depth planning of this COVID-19 pandemic. It is a brilliant criminal mind that has put this together, actually minds that have put this together, but that's another story. The media has been paid billions of dollars. They are doing a fantastic job using COVID as an excuse for your own free will and your sovereign rights and your constitutional rights. They are doing a great job of taking that away and scaring you into voluntarily giving that up and using it as an excuse to bag and tag and kill and poison and abuse more seniors. And a lot of people I've talked to already know this, what I'm saying. This is nothing new. I am just telling you that out of all the people that have lost murdered seniors during our Wettlaufer case on television for 3 years in the media, a lot of them dropped by the wayside. The lawyers didn't even care to proceed forward. So I'm the last one, and I'm curious to see how they're going to work me on this. Am I going to disappear? High possibility. My case is worth, well, a substantial amount of money, which I had plans and proof to help the seniors with, actually. And you don't have to believe me, and I don't care. I know who I am, and I know where my heart is at. My heart is in the right place, which is the wrong place today because I forgot that emotions, caring, 6 feet apart, isolation. Yeah, I'm getting mixed up. So the good has now become evil. The evil has now become good and trending. So I must be a bad person then if I have good intentions with any form of settlement. My mom is failing nice and rapidly. I'm saying it sarcastically, which I'm sure the government is going to be extremely happy about because she is a senior. They're paying pension. They don't want that anymore. Too much money for seniors. Seniors are expensive. Hence, you can see what's going on with the seniors. I don't have to tell everybody this. They already know this. And if they don't know this, then they're very gullible and naive. And, gee, I feel sorry for you. So I am reaching out saying I have all kinds of proof regarding my case. My case is a slam dunk, as they would say. It is an unprecedented case. It does not fall under automobile accidents. It does not fall under anything. I need a proper judge for this. I need a proper lawyer for this. I am being thrown under the bus as long as they possibly can, which is illegal. It's against the law. So with that said, next time I do a YouTube, I will be starting to show the proofs that I have, documents I have, proof I have, and I've triple copied it. So if something happens to me, the copies are put with somebody else, and they're also put with somebody else. So can't go wrong. I'm not giving up this fight. I also have a right to fight for seniors, their lives, their mistreatment, their abuse. They're sitting in their own feces. They're not getting fed. They're being put on drugs to sleep. They're being put on drugs not to be hungry. They're killing them. No matter which way you want to tell me, it's not going to fly. There are nursing homes out there, yes, that do take care of the seniors correctly. But on a tilted average, no, they're not. And that goes for hospitals as well. With this COVID-19 pandemic and the people that are being diagnosed with something they do not have, and then obviously the ventilator takes over and finishes them off, what a crime to humanity. Where's the people that are going to stand up for this crime? Or are we all going to get slaughtered in Ontario? Is that what's going to happen in Ontario, in the country of Canada? Because it looks that way. Children can't breathe. They're not able to go to school. Seniors are being bagged and tagged. Everybody's got COVID. If you sneeze, it's COVID. If you have a sore toe, it's COVID. Bullshit. The whole thing is bullshit. It's a bunch of lies, and they know it. They know it. I don't know how they sleep with themselves, but I do know one thing. A lot of people are being paid off for this. A lot of people. And that's all I'm going to say. I have a lawsuit to contend to. I am an advocate for the truth, which is not trending. I apologize. I am an advocate for seniors being abused, killed, people in hospitals being given the wrong diagnoses, pills that are drugs that are being given to them that aren't even what they're told. No, this doesn't happen all the time, but it's really happening a lot. Personally, my opinion, along with, oh God, millions of other people, Nazism and Hitler did not die. They changed history, and they changed it. And Hitler actually ended up in Austria. He never was killed or died the way they said. No, there's so much information coming out right now. The truth is bubbling over, and everyone will know. Churches are being silenced, and just the evil, the amount of evil that is surrounding us, covering us, it's unreal. If you can't see that, I am really sorry. But I will tell you, the next YouTube I have will be, and if not that, I can go on to another site that has no blocking or restriction or anything like that, because the truth must be told. I'm very sorry. A lot of people aren't happy about the truth. But you know what? If you're not going to care for real about seniors, well, what are you then? Do you think you're going to be young forever? No, you're not. You're going to start to get sick and ill. Can you trust the doctors and nurses and hospitals now with this pandemic going on? This campaign's been going on since March. So, March 2020. So, no. Things have to be stopped. Things have to be put in the proper frame of law. We can't let this ship sink. And that's why I'm doing this YouTube telling you that if I don't find a credible lawyer shortly, deliberately, it's all by design, I'm actually trying to find a lawyer out of province, anybody to represent my case. Foreseeability in my case is there. We have it. The time limitation is special limitation because this is a special unprecedented case. And causability is also in this case. Punitive damages, definitely, probably to the max. Everything else, it's horrible what has happened to my life. Why? Because I'm not trending, because I care, because I loved my father. He's my dad. I loved my dad. I watched my dad wither away and be abused and have feces on his hand and starve to death because they never fed him. I have documents where they didn't feed him for a day. Punishment, you know. This is an evil, evil, evil industry. And I'm not going to say any more because I'm going to hopefully have you tune in to my next YouTube, which is going to say a lot. I will gather all the proof, and I'm bringing this case back up, way back up out of the grave, so that people know the truth of what actually went down. And I'm talking the truth. So hang on to your hats because I've got a hell of a YouTube the next time around. Have a good day. Breathe oxygen.